When we do operations with scientific notation, we're going to focus on those first values and the second values sort of as separate entities. So in my first question, I'm going to look at the 1.7 and the 5.1, and I'm going to multiply them like I normally would. And when I do, I get 8.67. And then I'm going to look at the 10 to the third times 10 to the fifth, and I know when I multiply numbers with the same base, I add exponents. So 3 plus 5 equals 8. So that's 8.67 times 10 to the 8th. That should be a times. For my second example, I'm going to look at it the same way. I'm going to divide 1.7 divided by 5.1, and I get 0.3 repeating. And then I'm going to subtract 3 minus 5, which gives me 10 to the negative 2. And I can't be okay with that answer for two reasons. First of all, I don't really want that repeating sign in there, and so you would round to an appropriate place value. Also, I know that in scientific notation, my first number has to be between 1 and 10, and 0.3 is less than 1, and so that's not okay. So I'm going to have to write this by moving it right one position, 3.33. I'm just going to round to the nearest hundredth. And because I moved it to the right one position, I have to subtract 1 from the exponent, so 10 to the negative 3, because I would have to move it one more position in order to get it back to where I started. So 3.33 times 10 to the negative third. Try these two on your own using the same concept, then press play to see how you did. For my first example, I'm going to take 3.2 times 4, and I get 22.4. And again, this is a multiplication question, so I'm going to add 32 and 4 to get 36. I'm not okay with a value that is greater than 10 here, so I'm going to have to move it to the left one position to give me 2.24 times 10 to the 37th, because I'm going to have to move it one more position to get back to the value that I want. And my second one, same idea. I'm going to divide these two. I get 0.5 times 10 to the 90 minus 45, which is 45. And I can't leave that first value that's not between 1 and 10, so I'd have to move it one position. So 5 times 10 to the 44, because I moved it right one position.